Hello everybody, presenting from ETV, I'm Tossam and you're watching Hot Ones. It's a show of hot wings and even hotter questions. Today I'm joined with Mr. Burrows, and he's teaching his first year here at Glenn & Dawson's, teaching AV Productions 1, 2, and 3. You might have seen him in ETV as a star actor as his teacher, and he's our supervisor for ETV. Mr. Burrows, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
So, before we begin, are you good with spice?
I think so. Typically, I'm pretty good. I mean, I may break into flesh. That's pretty common in the house. But yeah, I like spicy food. So,
great. So this first one is going to be this cosmic dumpling sauce.
Okay. Cosmic dumpling.
Yeah.
That's a weird title for a chicken wing sauce. You didn't even finish.
Hold on, I gotta get to my question,
Okay, get to your question.
So, This is your first year here teaching. You're a brand new teacher. You've taught at multiple districts, including Alvin ISD to Bryan ISD. You've taught many different people, different experiences. I was wondering, for your first year here at Dawson, was there anything significant that changed between the transition from here that you like or dislike about the school?
So my last school district I taught at, I was teaching actually graphic design.
Oh, okay,
so that was all we spent most of our time on the computer. I love getting back to cameras because that's actually what my root is in photography and with video and stuff like that. So I love being able to utilize cameras and everything like that. So that was a big change back because at Bryan, as you mentioned, I taught photography there. So that's been a good change. It's been great coming. Different, great students, and so it's been good so far. Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to touch my face with the hot wings, but that one was
for sure. Leave your hands out of the way. Okay.
All right. What do we got next?
So this next one is going to be bad karma sauce, right?
All right, bad karma.
Bad karma.
All right. You definitely gave me the bigger wings.
For our guests only,
I guess so. So are you a drumlet guy or are you a wing?
For sure, a wing. You know, the wing got more tender and more juicy.
Okay.
Or how about you, huh?
I like the winglets because you can break them up a little easier. So, all right, that one's not bad. That was a little fruity.
Yeah, I see where you're getting that. A little citrusy, I like that. A little fruity. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So,
You good?
Spice is getting to me,
Spice is.
Spice is getting to me.
Yeah, that one hits a little later.
So, Mr. Burrows, you've been doing videography, you've been photography, graphics design, like you were talking about. What was the experience that made you have this passion for creating, for doing photography and everything else that you've done?
Yeah, so to start, I always liked to draw and stuff, but I wasn't very good at it. But that was a little kid, Most little kids aren't great at it. But we actually took a trip to Washington State, and my mom had a nice SLR camera, interchangeable lenses and everything like that. And I remember we were overlooking Mount Everest, and I just asked my mom, I got the guts up to ask her if I could play with her camera. And so she let me play with her camera, and I never gave it back. So that's what got me into photography and creating and stuff like that. And it just kind of, every time I learned something new, it's exciting and everything like that.
That's great. So your mom was...
My mom's creative. My dad's a scientist. My mom went to school for science, but my mom paints and she does what we call batiks. But yeah, my dad had bought her this really nice camera.
The creativity just runs through the bloodline,
the family, yeah. My little sister's a professional painter. My older sister's a writer and creator. So it kind of sticks through us. Yeah.
So this next one is gonna be the cherry bomb. Okay, it's
cherry
the third
bomb.
spiciest.
Sounds vibrant.
Yeah, sounds vibrant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was okay. My lips are starting to burn a little bit.
Same.
That one's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like them to go to waste,
All right. So, Mr. Burrows, I know you're a huge Star Wars fan. As you can see, these cups, sponsored by Mr. Burrows. I was wondering, now, what's your hot opinion about with the release of the newer trilogy and stuff about Star Wars?
The post trilogy. So okay, they are not as bad as Star Wars fans want to pretend. I don't think.
So you like it?
I liked them. I thought they were beautifully filmed.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, maybe I didn't like the way they did Luke, but also like I was okay with it. I mean, I liked them.
Oh, that's great.
And so yeah, I mean, I've watched them all a couple times. So yeah.
Great. So this is gonna be our last wing. So it's a tradition on the show, like per se to the original show Hot Ones on YouTube, right? So this is the last dab.
All right.
It's a tradition to put a little dab. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Well, come on, we're gonna do it. But yeah,
great.
I mean,
put a little.
I think you're shaking there. I think you're a little scared of what you're about to do here. I like that you got the bigger one this time too. All right.
Ooh, you're putting a hefty amount. Yeah, go ahead, put more.
There you go. I'll give you a little bit more.
Okay.
Can't let you. You gotta show the camera.
Yep, a lot here, right? Yeah, cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
All right. I like that. I got the smaller one this time too.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
Thank you.
Woo. Yeah, I breathed in. I can feel it in my nose.
Mr. Burrows.
Yeah.
We are at the edge of the Fire Wing Challenge. Right? You're a teacher. You've taught us all this time. But can you give us a quick lesson on how camera works, of how a simpleton like me can understand how to take a wonderful picture? I want our model, fantastic model over here, Alex, walk up, and I want you to run us down of how to do a camera show.
All right. So if I was to photograph a model in this situation, first thing I need to do is I need to make sure my lighting is good. So I look at him, I see where, and we got lots of lights on him. So I see where the lighting is falling. I see the shadow on the left side. I see there's light on the right side. So I'm always going to look and say, all right, what am I looking for lighting wise? So that's the first thing I'm looking at is what's my lighting.
Okay, so the lighting situation here.
Yep. So the lighting situation in here is good because we have a bunch of studio lights going on. Then my next thought is like, so how does it look on camera? And so lighting's good. So all my settings are good. You always have to look at your settings. And there's actually a little bar down here that tells you, like, is it too dark or is it too bright? So that's what I'm looking at. And so as I point it to him, it's actually looking pretty good. The bar is tricking me a little bit because it's saying it's too dark, but that's because he's got dark hair, dark clothes, and a dark background.
Okay, yeah.
So then the next thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at his pose and how I fill the frame. So I'm gonna just set out my picture just like that. So with that picture, I know it's nice and tight. When you're working with models, you don't want it to be too loose. Like what I see a lot of the times is people want to center the head.
Oh, like a portrait style? Yeah.
So they'll give a portrait, but what you'll see there's usually about 6 inches above the head. That's just wasted space. So whereas if I do something that's closer in, it fills the frame and it gives, a nice look and everything. So lighting and then composition. Those are the two things you really need to worry about.
That is a wrap. This is a wrap there. We conquered 5 different wings.
Did we though?
Hold up. I can't count 4 different wings. You kind of sweating there.
I do. We sweat in my house. So yeah, it doesn't bother me, but yeah, I'll break into sweat if it's hot.
Okay. Well, all that's left for you, for us to do, is to lay out the red carpet for you. Let the school know what you want to say, or shout out somebody, whatever. So,
yeah, I mean,
this camera, that camera.
We'll go with that camera right there. To me, this is like AV is a great class, a class where we get to be creative and we get to play around with all sorts of different things. So if you are a creative person, you want to join a class where you can be creative and express yourself, I think AV is a class to join. Become part of the ETV crew and see what you can do.
All right, great.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And go Go Star Wars.
Go Star Wars.
And Patriots, but they lost, so, you know, they're few.